It started with a rip. Not just fabric, but pride, peace, and patience all torn in one careless act. Maya had spent the morning feeling like something had finally changed. It was her first week at Richfield High, and today was the first time she felt like she could breathe. She wore the new sky blue top her mom had surprised her with last weekend. It wasn't expensive, but it made her feel bold. Confident. It was her armor for the day. But confidence is a fragile thing when you're the quiet new girl in a jungle of status, cliques, and cruel whispers. The lunch bell rang. Maya grabbed her tray and found her usual corner near the far end of the cafeteria. She didn't mind being alone, it was better than being judged. Better than sitting at a table with fake smiles and whispered gossip. Across the room, Cody and his crew were already causing their usual scene. Loud. Rude. Entitled. He was the kind of guy who thrived on the attention of others, the kind who mistook fear for respect. He spotted Maya and elbowed his friend. "Yo, Bluebird's back," he said with a smirk. "Think that shirt can fly?" They laughed. Maya tried not to react. She lowered her gaze, silently counting her bites, praying for the moment to pass. But Cody wasn't done. He strutted over, towering beside her table. The room fell into a tense silence. Some phones were already recording. "Nice shirt," he said, tugging lightly at her sleeve. "Bet it cost, what, $5? Or did your mommy stitch it with love?" Maya said nothing. Her grip on her fork tightened. Cody's grin widened. "Ah, don't be shy." And then, rip. He yanked her sleeve. The sound of tearing fabric echoed like a gunshot. The top was ruined, torn across the shoulder, the neckline stretched, exposing more than she wanted to. Gasps and laughter filled the air. Maya's heart thundered. Not just from humiliation, but rage. Pure, righteous rage. She stood up slowly. Her hands trembled, not from fear, but fury. "I warned you once," she said, voice low. "Don't touch me." Cody chuckled. "Or what? You'll cry?" Wrong answer. In one swift, fluid motion, Maya spun. Her elbow flew through the air like it had trained for this moment its whole life. A clean, perfect strike to the side of his jaw. Crack. The cafeteria went silent. Cody dropped like a sack of bricks, sprawling across the floor. Gasps turned into cheers. Phones caught every second. She didn't wait for applause. She didn't need it. She picked up her bag, adjusted the torn top with quiet dignity, and walked straight to the principal's office. She wasn't afraid of consequences. She'd lived under worse things than detention. The story didn't end there. After the incident went viral, everything changed. Maya's elbow became a legend, memes, TikToks, even a local news story titled, "Flying Elbow of Justice." But beyond the hype was a deeper story few people saw. That night, Maya sat with her mom at the kitchen table. The shirt lay on the table between them. Torn. Silent. Her mom didn't scold her. She just looked her daughter in the eyes and asked, "Did it make you feel better?" Maya hesitated, then nodded. "I didn't do it for them. I did it because I've let people walk on me too long." Her mom smiled gently and said, "Then maybe it was worth it." The school issued a statement about zero tolerance for bullying. Cody was suspended. His parents threatened legal action until the flood of support for Maya made them back off. But the most important change came quietly. Students who once watched in silence started speaking up. Teachers became more alert. And Maya didn't sit in the corner anymore. She started a self-defense club. It wasn't about violence, it was about strength, confidence, and knowing you're allowed to say no. Week after week, more students joined. Girls. Boys. Even a few who used to laugh with Cody. One day, a quiet girl named Lila came to her after class. "I saw the video," she said. "I just wanted to say thank you." Maya smiled. "You don't have to thank me. Just promise me one thing." "What?" "Next time someone tries to tear you down, stand tall. And if you need backup, I've got elbows." The message? Sometimes standing up for yourself means breaking the silence, breaking expectations, or even, yes, breaking noses. But the real victory isn't in the punch. It's in the moment you decide you're done being afraid. Because strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it speaks softly. Then strikes hard. Maya hadn't always been this angry. She wasn't born with fists clenched or eyes full of fire. In fact, she used to be quiet. Dreamy. Soft-spoken and thoughtful, the kind of girl who'd write poems in the margins of her notebooks and smile at birds outside the window. But life had a way of shaping people, and Maya had been shaped by silence. Back at her old school, she was the new girl 3 times in 2 years. Her dad had left suddenly, and her mom, strong but always tired, moved wherever work could be found. New towns, new faces, new beginnings. But every beginning felt like a trapdoor that dropped her deeper into isolation. And Richfield High? It was supposed to be different. Her mom had promised. "This time we stay. This time you plant roots." That's why the blue top meant so much. It wasn't just clothing, it was a symbol. A tiny flicker of hope. A sign that maybe, just maybe, she could start fresh here. That maybe she could feel seen, without fear. But bullies don't care about symbols. After the elbow hurt round the school, Maya walked through the halls with the world watching her now. Some stared with awe. Some with respect. And a few, with fear. But none dared to mock her anymore. Still, something didn't sit right. She wasn't a violent person. That elbow, it wasn't planned. It wasn't who she wanted to be. But in that moment, it was all she had left. She kept thinking about it late at night. The split second before the strike. Her breath. His smirk. That awful rip of fabric. She didn't regret what she did. She regretted why she had to do it. 1 week later, the school held a community circle in the gym. Students gathered to share thoughts and feelings about conflict, violence, and respect. It was awkward at first. No one wanted to speak. The teachers just paced and read from index cards. But then someone said her name. "Where's Maya? She should talk. She's the reason we're here." All eyes turned. Maya stood, her heart pounding louder than applause. She didn't shout. She didn't perform. She just said, "I didn't hit him because I'm strong. I hit him because I was tired of being small." The room went quiet. She kept going. "You think I'm brave because I threw an elbow? No. Brave is walking into a room full of people who look right through you. Brave is showing up anyway, every day, hoping this time it'll be different." She paused. Her voice cracked. I don't want to be remembered for a fight. I want to be remembered for the day after it, when things finally started to change. And change they did. One of her teachers, Mr. Chen, approached her after the assembly. I teach martial arts after school. Would you like to join? She hesitated. I'm not sure I'm the right kind of person. Mr. Chen smiled. There is no right kind. There's just the kind that shows up. The dojo became her sanctuary. Not a place for aggression, but for discipline, clarity, and healing. She learned control, balance, respect for her body, and for her story. She realized she didn't need to strike to feel powerful, she just needed to stand in her truth. Over time, others joined. A girl named Nina, who had been bullied about her weight. A boy named Marcus, who had trouble speaking but could move like lightning on the mat. A senior named Jess, who used to be one of Cody's friends, but quit the group after the cafeteria incident. Maya's Flying Elbow Club, as they jokingly called it, grew into something more, a movement. By spring, Maya was no longer just that girl who fought back. She became a symbol of something bigger. That standing up doesn't always mean fighting. Sometimes it means speaking. Sometimes it means helping. Sometimes it means healing what others tried to break. On the last day of school, Maya found a note in her locker. No name. Just scribbled handwriting and a piece of sky blue fabric taped to it. I was in the crowd when it happened. I laughed. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. You made me want to be better. That was the real win. Not the punch. Not the views. But the change. Bullies may tear your shirt. They may try to strip you of dignity, silence, or confidence. But they can't touch your worth, unless you hand it to them. Maya didn't just defend herself. She reclaimed herself, and then turned that moment into a mirror for others. And if there's one lesson to take with you from her story, let it be this.